What up, everybody? This is a late stream. I wasn't actually going to do a stream this late, but I figured, hell, I haven't done a stream in such a long time. I need to actually get back out there and start talking to people again. Thank you to everybody who's in the chat. I see Lewis is here. I see the Truth. What's up, Truth? What's going on? Yeah, this is it was sort of an impromptu, but we had a 4Nerd show today that I missed out on. If you missed the show, please, go to the 4Nerd channel, watch that too as well. We interviewed, or not we, but the other guys interviewed Wayne T. Carr, talked to him a little bit more about his performance as the Jon Stewart Green Lantern after, the photos had been released from Wayne and also from Zach. So they have a little bit more insight as far as like what went on or what, the goings on between that. If you have already seen that, that did drop a little bit before this show, but yeah, they had a good time. I unfortunately couldn't be there. I had other obligations that had to be that I had to attend. So, but without further ado, I just wanted to say hello. Thank you guys for tuning in, and what a day indeed for the Cinco de Mayo. It's been pretty crazy. And for most of you who know, my favorite character is Superman. So if you didn't get that from the intro, if you don't get that from my logo, hey, sorry, I don't know what to tell you. It's kind of like a freight train hitting you in the face if you didn't know that that's my favorite superhero. But anyway, before we get into the Superman news, I guess, or non-news, whatever it is, let's see. I wanted to announce the winner of last month's shirt contest, which is McLovin. McLovin, send me your contact details, man. And I'll send out a Zeeverfett shirt to you. And please, once you get the shirt, take a photo for me, and so I can post it on the show. That'd be great. But yeah, no. So all you have to do to enter is leave a comment below after the stream, not in the live chat, but after the stream, or on any of my past streams. Just leave a comment that allows for me to interact with you, and I'll put you in the running for a t-shirt to be sent out to you from me for the channel. You can wear it with pride. But yeah, thanks a lot, everybody. Man, Gavin's up in here. What's up, Gavin? Lewis is here. How you doing, Lewis? Ed, how you doing? Let's see. Oh man, I missed the 4Nerd's video. Yeah, it was sort of an impromptu. We are still doing the 4Nerd's tomorrow. And we're gonna have Sean Mayer and his buddy. I think they do a podcast that we are. I think it's DC Films or Filmcast. Let me actually get the name of it. I can't remember off the top of my head. Nicotina did send that over to me earlier because I wasn't too familiar with it. And I don't know where he sent it. Okay, so I will. Is it in 4Nerds? No, it's not. Where did this fool put it? Maybe no, it wasn't Dawson. Dawson didn't send that to me. Did he? He did not. Let's see. 4Nerds. I thought he did. He did. It's the Movie Buffs. So tomorrow's episode for 4Nerds is called the Movie Buffs, and it's got Sean Mayer and his associates. Which I'm not familiar with his name, but I mean, if you've seen that podcast, then please, hey, check them out. So we'll be talking to them tomorrow and tonight, or earlier today. They had an interview that we were only made aware of the day before, and I was hoping I could get home in time to join in that video, but alas, I was not available to. So the other three guys, I'm sure they did a fantastic job. I was there to watch a little bit of it in the chat, but I was driving. So I was not able to watch that. Also hit the like button on the video. It really helps out. And also retweet my post to sort of get the word out that, hey, this thing's going on. I do understand that Lightcast, Matt and Taylor are on at the same time. They are talking about things DC related as well. They'll be talking about the same things that I'm going to be talking about too. And I'll be talking about some other things as well that they probably won't. But yeah, so I guess first thing first, what did you guys think about, or have you guys seen the show Invincible? That is that's sort of like that hit me by surprise. My son hit me up and told me about it, and I think it's pretty dope. It's only what 8 episodes, but it's pretty awesome. I like the premise. I like the father versus son dynamic that they had going on. Let's see, here he is. Deadline. Don't care about that. Let me go back and yeah, so here it is. Let me share screen real quick. Share screen. There's no audio. There we go. And that's not it. That's not what I wanted to share. Stop stream. Share the screen. Window. Chrome. Invincible. Share. There it is. And then add to the stream. There it is. All right, so yeah, so here's Invincible. If you're not familiar with it, I would recommend to get familiar with it because it is a good show. And a lot of people have sort of had gripes like, "Oh, yeah, Ryan, you never say anything's good, everything's horrible, bad, whatever." No, this is actually a good show. This is based off of a comic book run. And let's see, I always thought your favorite well, yeah, we're getting a Peacemaker series that everyone has been clamoring for, asking for. DC is, what they're doing? They're hitting things out the park. I mean, they gave us a Birds of Prey movie that nobody asked for. They're giving us Peacemaker that nobody asked for. They're getting a Gotham PD, which nobody asked for. They gave us a Joker movie that nobody asked for, which was actually pretty good, though. But they're giving us a lot of things that no one's asking for. And the same thing with this news today about this new Superman project that they're sort of throwing out there, but who gives a shit anyways, because nobody cares. They're not basing it on Calvin Ellis or Val Zod from the article. But we'll get into the article a little bit later. But yeah, they're throwing a lot of things out there that nobody's really asking for. And that's fantastic. That's how you run a company. That's how you get the big bucks, the Marvel bucks, if you will. So yeah, it kind of sucks, whatever. But yeah, no, this right here, this is a pretty good. Do I play DC Online on PS4? Yeah, I know it's on PS4. I got the PS4 right here. I do have a PS5 over here, but my son plays the PS5, so I just jump on the PS4 because they haven't done anything with the mechanics or graphics to where you have to have a PS5 yet. They say that they are sort of, gearing up for that, and they're doing something because that's sort of what they did when they went from PS3 to PS4. For those who are not familiar, it's this game here, and it's pretty dope. It's a pretty fun game. I got into it when it first released, and right after beta. Jim Lee actually played this game. This is a lot of Jim Lee art in this game as well, which I'm a super fan of Jim Lee. And also, just to sort of point this out, I also got something else Jim Lee related. Let me take this off the screen. From my good buddy Dawson, sent me this, which is Justice League Unwrapped by Jim Lee. And this thing is pretty dope. I mean, it's got a lot of Jim Lee art. Uncolored. There's no heavy black ink on here. These are just cross hatching. I mean, it's really, really awesome art. And Jim Lee is somebody that I definitely admire. And so in that same vein, I'm working on my own comic book, which I got this for, which is pretty dope. I got a new drawing pad that I'm using, and turn this on. Just got this thing in, and so far, me likey. Is it turning on? Do I have? Yes, it is. It is from Wacom, which is this brand is pretty awesome. I already have a larger version of this that is sitting right here on my art table. Yeah, so I'm going to be drawing that. Here's some drawings. I think I have some. Yes, I do. I have some drawings that I have shared before, but I can certainly share again. So this is part of the comic book. Oh yeah, hey, now this is my Henry Cavill. This is my Henry Cavill drawing of Superman. I did that. This is the drawing that I did of The Rock as sort of Black Adam before we got the reveal from Boss Logic as to what his costume might look like. So that was very Shazam-esque. This is Oh, this is the drawing of the Tasmanian Devil as a Red Lantern. So I have that. That's pretty cool. But yeah, here's my superhero right here. And he is crouched over, and that's cool. And that's an action shot of him right there. So that's what I'm working on, and that's what I have the tablet for. And I'm gonna start a petition to sort of have some help with that, because I'd like to actually get that done. I'd like to actually have that finished. And I haven't been able to do so with some of my projects, because just a lot of other things sort of get in the way and prevent me from getting to a completion. But yeah, no. So getting back to this here, Invincible. What did you guys think of it? Let's see in the chat. Question after that. I'm actually waiting for that type of animation. I was not disappointed. Yeah, the animation for this is pretty spot on. I mean, it's pretty awesome. It's pretty dope how they have that. I mean, like this is the comic book, and then that is the episode, which I mean, it's very very similar. It doesn't have quite as much detail as far as shading or the highlights or anything like that. It's very bland, but I mean, for the most part, they get the style down, which is really awesome. Like here it is in comic book form. I mean, this looks really, no, that's not comic. I'm sorry. That's just a promo for the show. But I mean, if you look at this, like this is all really good backdrops. I mean, hell, they even have figures, I guess. Those look pretty dope. Here's a comic. I'm assuming that's Superman. Because that doesn't quite look like Invincible. But here it is. Another image. But yeah, I mean, all of these characters, their superpowers, they're all pretty great. Yeah, it's a little bit bloody, but that's a very lighthearted. I mean, here it is. Here's more blood. But I mean, if you get to episode 8, you see how just bloody this guy gets because of the person that beats the ever living crap out of him. But yeah, I mean, these beings are they're pretty awesome. I mean, I totally like the story and how they went about it. It's pretty fun to watch. I don't recommend a lot of things, but this is definitely something that if you haven't seen it, I would definitely recommend. It's pretty awesome. See, I don't like Amber. Really like Mike, especially when he gets mad. And Battle Beast is the best. Yeah, these are pretty integral characters. I mean, I see. Is that him? Yeah. You got an icon of Invincible right there, Gavin. Yeah, no, I can agree. She's kind of, I don't know, boring. But yeah, no, it's pretty awesome. I would love to look at a full book of Jim Lee's drawing or drafts in the early Snyderverse concepts. I would love to look at that too. I mean, he was heavily involved. Also, Jeff Johns was involved as well. Jeff just got power and acted like an ass, and that's kind of what happened with him. But yeah, I mean, I would love to see that. I love Jim Lee's work, and I love that he was into the Snyderverse. I'm not liking what they're doing now, or what they're trying to do with the Flash movie and trying to move away and act like assholes. That's just my opinion. Invincible's ass whooping from his dad gave me flashbacks of my pops. So you lost a lot of teeth. Truth. Is that the truth? If it is, I'm sorry about that. I hope we got some dentures for you at least. 9 out of 10. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty solid. I mean, if you like the show The Boys, this is a really good in the same vein as The Boys, and I thought that was I really liked it a lot. Battle Beast is like a rated R Thundercats character, dude. He mopped the floor with Invincible, and I don't even think I would love to see Omnivan versus Battle Beast. I think that would be a pretty good fight. That would be pretty dope. Yeah, Gavin gives a 9 out of 10. Why do you think I wear the mask? So that's not a COVID thing. It's not a COVID thing. It's a missing teeth thing. Gotcha. got you. So yeah, it was, and that was one thing that I was I thought was a little bit disturbing. Was like, you know, the flashback where he was like, he lost his baby teeth, and then, you know, as an adult, he lost his adult teeth, and he's sort of like, it was a flashback for his dad. Pretty funny, but I was like, I don't know. I mean, you know, when they collected him, they took him back to the you know, I don't want to say the hospital, to the infirmary. Did they collect his teeth? I don't remember, because I mean, when he was healed up, his teeth somehow grew back, or did they give him dentures? And if they gave him dentures, they couldn't be like Viltrumite dentures. They'd have to be stronger, right? So I mean, if he got punched again by some, super being, would those teeth be inferior to the teeth that he still kept in his mouth, and he would lose those teeth again? That's just crazy things that I think about when I'm watching these shows. But overall, yeah, I mean, I would say 9 out of 10 is pretty good. It's an entertaining show. It gets you hooked. The first 2 episodes kind of, they're not as slow. I'll give you this. They are not as slow as like Falcon and Winter Soldier, or what was the other thing? The WandaVision or whatever, where that was just slow and nobody gave a crap. And it's like you got to capture my attention from the jump, and then sustain my attention and build the interest until the end, which I think is and Invincible did pretty well. Where the other ones did not, I had to actually force myself to binge watch the rest of Captain America and Winter Soldier, because I lost my interest and lost my desire to care. So, you know, that's how I felt. But yeah, I mean, you know, I'm excited that this got greenlit for for a season 2 and a season 3. You know, that just, and from what I've heard, and I have not read the comics, but from what I've heard is that the storyline, the adaptation from comic to silver screen, if you will, was very accurate and stayed very true to what this story is. So, I mean, you know, I'm definitely into it. I like it a lot. There's another one that's pretty dope design. I'm not okay as far as design aesthetics. I don't like the goggles. I think the goggles look kind of silly, especially not from this version, but I mean, especially like here. It looks like he has little eggs on his covering his eye, which I don't know. I mean, it makes sense for flight. You know, so that your eyes don't dry out, but then, you know, his dad doesn't have that. So it's like, who cares? You know, big deal. Obviously it's, you know, what's good for the goose is not good for the gander, in this situation. This was a pretty cool team to learn. I liked, the lady right here that could, sort of duplicate herself. And then the other guy just reminded me of Lex Luthor from Smallville. Like I didn't really care too much about him. Or not Smallville, I'm sorry. Lex Luthor from Superman and Lois, the new show. That's like, oh, that's Lex. I don't care. But yeah, no, I mean, these other superheroes or whatever, what he did to the team, what Omni-Man did to that team, where are they at? That was brutal. Let me see. Do I have them? Where are they? They were pretty. And the Batman one was the most pathetic out of all of them. That was pathetic too. That was just dumb. Like, I'm coming out of the bushes. I'm drunk. Shut up. Let's see. Where are we? Do we have the old team? Is it on here? Well, there's the other guy, the Omega Man. Is that his name? The one that can never die. Yeah, here's some of them on here. You have one of them like Martian Manhunter. A lot of them are just like, you know, it's the Justice League, but not. You know, like you have this this green one here. Let me see. Can I blow that up? Shit, I don't care. I didn't mean to click on that link. Oh well, whatever. They have a lot of the same powers. Like the demon dude. He reminded me of what's his name? Which I guess he was supposed to, Hellboy. He reminded me of Hellboy, the detective, the fat detective demon. I was like, okay, so they look the same, or are they supposed to be the same? Like, I don't care. Yeah, Guardians of the Globe. There you go. They were very much they were reminding me a lot of the just the Justice League. I mean, there were some that was like, it was kind of interesting, like Adam Eve, that was cool. Or Adam, yeah, I guess Adam Eve. She had some interesting powers. that they explored. I thought the multiplicity, girl was cool, but I mean, I would assume that that's not something that is unique. It's really hard to come up with new superheroes, and that's sort of one of the issues that I have with mine is that I'm trying to come up with something interesting, but I find that the thing is that it's not so much the powers that have to be interesting, it's the character. So I really want to focus more on the character that I'm creating. Robot is a freaky man. Well, he's a freaky man until he's a child. Then he's a freaky child. So I liked it better when he was just robot. I didn't really care about the child. I was like, dude, you're becoming a child. That means that you're vulnerable to like everything. And then, when he was in that like encapsulation tube and he was just like, crippled and decrepit and all that, it reminded me of that Arnold Schwarzenegger Total Recall, where the guy like opened up his shirt and it was just like, the little guy was like, right there in his chest or his belly. It was weird. But that's what that reminded me of. Let me see here. So let's see, 9 out of 10. Let's see. What do you think of Wear the Mask? Doesn't he get stronger every time he gets severely beaten? Is that the way it is? That he gets stronger every time he gets beaten? If it is, I mean, it makes that makes sense. It's sort of like boxers. Their knuckles and their bones sort of like break and then sort of refuse as they hit the punching bags or hit other things and sort of it makes it. They sort of grow back a little bit more strong, but that's just what I've heard from other people who have taken up boxing. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the overall idea. Mark might not be invincible, but he heals from most brutal beatdowns. Yeah, he does. He heals pretty quickly, according to the show, or from what sort of is conveyed by the show. As much as I don't like the Amazon's content, I really like Invincible. Yeah, Amazon's content is sort of hit or miss for me, kind of like Netflix. Netflix content also is sort of hit or miss for me. A lot of these actually, I mean, hell, even Disney is sort of hit or miss for me. We'll get into the Bad Batch in a bit, but yeah, I mean, Disney overall, they're Lucasfilm as well as Marvel. So a lot of their stuff is hit or miss for me. Let's see. Oh, hey, what's up, Prime? How's it going? Glad you're here. Yeah, again, guys, smash that like button, retweet, because I don't know who all's awake. But I love interacting with you guys, and please, if you have any questions or comments or anything like that, man, put it in the chat. I'd love to have some dialogue with you guys. Let's see. The species gets stronger when they age or get angry, but his tolerance for punishment increases after each beatdown. Okay, yeah, I mean that makes sense. And that makes a little bit more sense with like the whole Viltrumite like battle royale on their own planet when they were killing each other and beaten down as a sort of like survival of the fittest. So maybe that gets implied there. So really, Ryan, I'm the opposite. I find it quite easy to create new characters, and I'm not just good with names. No. I mean, like I have a character that sort of like is an anti-gravity type kind of guy where he can sort of shift his gravity to any plane, and that's, I think, possibly unique. I don't know if anybody else has come up with it, but it's sort of like, you just it's sort of the overall, or my overall thought is, because when you look at superhero teams, you're like, oh well, that's their Batman, that's their same thing with the boys, like what's her face, that's their Wonder Woman, what's her Maeve, and with the guy that's supposed to be the Flash, A-Train, and then Aquaman is the Deep, and who else? And the Invisible Man is the Invisible Man. And I forget his name. He's very forgettable. But they have all these, people that all they do is really substitute them and say, you know what? I'm not going to come up with a brand new character. I'm just going to have another name. And they're sort of, this is pretty much who they are. And This is who they are in my world. And there's a different shift or paradigm shift that sort of changes their personalities. Of, like same thing with what's his face. God, what is his name? The main villain from The Boys. Good Lord, Anthony's hitting me up. What is his name? My God, I can't recall. Let me look it up. It's killing me. Let me see. The Boys. Let's see. Characters. Let's see. Here we go. Homelander, Mother of Pearl. But yeah, and then you got Black Noir, which is their Batman. You've got Queen Maeve. You got the Deep. You've got who else? Who else is pretty? I don't know about her. Let's see. Oh, and then what's her face? The Starlight girl, whatever. She's like Stargirl. What's her name? Starlight? Who is she in the show? Is that her name? Yeah, Starlight. Yeah. So Starlight is sort of reminiscent of Stargirl, or something like that. Anyway, but yeah, they just have substitute characters for those types of characters. So let me see. Actually, kind of fun fact: every minute pass, I always constantly think of new character stories, universes. Wow. Well, man, it must be really hard for you to go to sleep if you're constantly thinking about these things. You must have to take a lot of meds to calm yourself down and like not think of things and not be creative for a minute. But that's awesome. I mean, if you have that sort of creativity, then that's great. Let me see. Oh, what did he say? I didn't even get to see what he said. Hold on. Okay, cool. But yeah, so I mean, there's that. Again, I recommend it. It's a good watch. And then let's see, transitioning over from Invincible, let's go ahead and jump into this news here, which is let me see, where is it? Oh yeah, this guy right here. So I'm going to stop sharing that screen. This guy had a birthday today, so happy birthday, Henry. That's awesome. And he also got a nice present from these people here. And let me take the comment down. I think this is still relevant, even though Toby Emmerich is in this photo. But you have this is his entourage. You have Walter Hamada. You've got Ann Sarnoff. You got Michael Uslan, and you've got the other guy. I forget his name right now. It's Ryan something, but not me. It's this other guy, some douche. Anyway, so it's like, hey, we don't listen to the fans, which you could tell today. We tell the fans what they like, which is, you got that today as well. We allowed Jason Kilar to release the Snyder thing, and now that's over. They're like, we're looking beyond. We don't care anymore. We don't want it. And fans don't know what they want till we tell them what they want. This is what they're about. And their game plan is don't bring up anything, don't talk about anything, stay in the shadows, have press releases every so often, but don't really put anything out there for the fans, and forget about them. Who cares? Nobody cares about you. So I'm sorry to say that's it. They don't really care. They want to do their own thing. And there's nothing more to that. So, oh well, big deal. Don't care. So I mean, if they don't care about me, I don't care about you, and whatever. This thing was awesome. And they're turning a blind eye to it. They're just like, yeah, but it's not our awesome. So yeah, because it's not our awesome, then we want to give you something else. Here's what we're going to give you. We're going to give you Michael Keaton. Nobody asked for it. We're going to give you Blue Beetle. Would be cool, but this is the second time that they brought him up. We're going to give you Supergirl, but really, who cares? We're going to give you what is it? Plastic Man. We're going to give you the Peacemaker crap. We're going to give you another Batman movie, but that was sort of a Ben Affleck film that they'd already started, developing and stuff like that. And they just kind of moved it over because they were trying to get away from the Snyderverse and all that and whatever. I think it'll be a good movie, but my interest in it has dwindled. It's not really, doesn't have anything to do with the Batmobile not looking like a Batmobile, but it's knowing that this company is backing this project is the reason why I don't care about it. It has nothing to do with Matt Reeves, has nothing to do with Robert Pattinson, has nothing to do with Zoe Kravitz, has nothing to do with the guy that's playing the Penguin from Total Recall, and he played Bullseye, Farrell, Colin Farrell. Has nothing to do with him. It all has to do with this is being produced by a company that is just a complete dickwad. That's it. They're douchebags. I don't care about them. I don't have anything positive to say about them. The only people that had good grace with me is AT&T. I'm not saying cancel your HBO Max or anything like that. I'm saying hold on to that. Just wait until we actually hear, word from, when I hear Zack Snyder say, hey, it's done and, it's over and done with, then, hey, I really don't have anything more to support because they're not really giving me anything that I want. You have all this positive press. You have, good numbers. These numbers have been surpassed, but you have all these positive press, these good things to say about it. Zack Snyder's Justice League is a glorious feast of epic, visual and better personal storylines. Zack Snyder's Justice League is worth the wait. Zack Snyder's Justice League, from trash to masterpiece, which I would say trash is Justice League. The greatest and best remake of all time. And is it a remake? No, it's not a remake, but it's sort of a do-over. They gave him the rights to actually do what he should have done in the first place, or had he been able to do so. Snyder's version plays in another league. Yeah, of course. An epic superhero film that fixes the theatrical version's flaws elegantly. It doesn't fix the flaws, it rewrites, it erases. It demolishes those flaws to the point where you don't want to associate yourself with that anymore. But for some reason, this idiot company, Warner Brothers, does want to associate themselves with this trash. So gripping and well written. Well, kudos to the writing team. So yeah, it's great. It's a good movie. It's a good movie. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that, you come across and you're like, oh man, hey, you know what? When they put this out, I was kind of excited for it. I was like, oh wow, this is interesting. This is something new. This, could it be related to, the Snyderverse? Yes, this could very well fit with that universe. It has Ben Affleck. It could have had, Ray Fisher. It could have. There's potential. There's potential for good storytelling. There's potential for cohesive multiverse layers. There's potential for so much goodwill here. But then you hear other, stupid things that are like, oh, hey, no, we've got this world's finest, with Henry Cavill and Robert Pattinson, which isn't going to happen. Now you have this other crap that's coming up with, which I'll share here. To share screen on this one. Invincible. Now here we go. And here we go. Hollywood Reporter. Yep. Behind Warner Brothers' search for a black Superman, which I don't have any problems with a black Superman. It just, as long as it's, Calvin Ellis or Val Zod. Those are the two that have been established. And if they're trying to come up with something new or just, I guess change the not the pigment of Kal-El, then I'm not interested. So I'm going to read a little bit of this, maybe skim some of it because I'm sure that a lot of you have already read or have gone through this before. While promoting his Amazon Prime for Tom Clancy's Without Remorse in late April, Michael B. Jordan put a kryptonite pin in any rumors that he might suit up for Warner Brothers' next Superman. He also did the same thing. He says, I'm flattered that people have me in that conversation. I definitely it's definitely a compliment, but I'm just watching. I'm just watching on this one. So he said something similar about the Wakanda thing as well. He's not coming back to do the Wakanda sequel. You know, they've. You know, I feel a little bit bad for Marvel because you know they had a good a good run, a good property, and a good character, and you know Chadwick was really good for the role, and unfortunately you know he passed away. But I mean, just like Heath Ledger, you know maybe shelve that for a little bit and then bring that back. You know, but I'm sure that they're going to find some way to try to honor it and capitalize on everyone's money. Because at the end of the day, they're a business, and that's all they really care about is bringing in the money. So with that, a whole new guessing game was kicked off, centered on who will play the Man of Steel. Idris Elba is probably on the short list, even though he's in the other film, Suicide Squad, as Bloodsport. Who will direct? Sources say J.J. Abrams, who is producing the film, is not among the possibilities being considered. When Warner's announced in February, the celebrated author Ta-Nehisi Coates is writing the screenplay and Abrams is producing it. It did not address the matter of helming. But insiders say that Warner and DC are committed to hiring a black director to tackle, because of Black Panther, a black director to tackle what will be the first cinematic incarnation of Superman featuring a black actor. With one source adding that it put Abrams at the helm, that putting Abrams at the helm would be tone deaf. That's not necessarily true. I'm sorry, but that's not necessarily true. You just have to have a good story, and you have to have people that are certain, like with Ray Fisher. Perfect example. Ray Fisher had a director that understood the story and brought him in and sort of like worked that out with Chris Terrio, and they came up with something that a lot of people can connect with. Did that have anything to do with the pigment of Zack Snyder or Chris Terrio? No, it didn't. So any sort of thought like that there's no foresight in that. That's stupid thinking, stupid logic by stupid people, because they're stupid. So in a fitting twist, the director's search is pitting DC against none other than Marvel. As Warner's looks to fill its Superman vacancy, Marvel is on the hunt for a Blade helmer. And is is combing through the same list. I thought they already had somebody for Blade, which I did watch Blade and Blade 2 last month, and yeah, Blade 2 is way better than Blade 1. Blade 1 sucks. I'm sorry, it was just horrible. It was really sophomoric and stupid. But hey, what's up, Kinky Sphincter? Yeah. Mad Matt is he spent about 4 hours at the gym, and he's finally on his way back. Oh, well, there he is. But of course, it ruined by these idiots. Yes. Let's see. Let's look back at the past, as we can see that DC is united with the idea that Zack Snyder's universe with Jim Lee and Jeff Johns. I have stories. I have stories that either forgot or never revisited. You need to write these things down. That's what I did. You need to write them down so that you can revisit this stuff, because as you get older, you start coming up with different ideas, and other ideas get shelved, and yeah, they get lost in the ether. Truth says, even though it wasn't a solo film, I thought the Russos did a better job of handling Black Panther than his own solo film, directed by that guy Ryan. I don't remember his last name, but yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, but the Black Panther movie was an okay movie. It was interesting, but there wasn't anything groundbreaking that happened in it. It was just celebrated, I think, in name only. And the same thing. They got the director, Ryan, I forget his name, but I remember his first name. But I think that's all it was. They were just like, oh, hey, yeah, it's like Patty Jenkins is directing Wonder Woman, and that's the only director that can ever direct Wonder Woman ever in your life. Because Patty Jenkins is a female, and she only has a female perspective directing a female actor or whatever. But yet Captain Marvel, I think that was directed by a male, and that made $1 billion or whatever. So, there's your logic. It doesn't matter if the filmmakers are black or white. It doesn't matter what pigment skin you have. The only thing that matters is, are you smart enough to point the damn camera and tell a good story? That's it. That's it. People get caught up in this other stuff because they're shallow. You know, they're stupid. They drink their own urine because they're just not educated enough to think beyond. Like, well, so what you're telling me is that I just need a good story writer, or that I need to just okay, Ryan Coogler. Okay, yeah, thank you, Truth. Ryan Coogler, yeah, that was the director, and it wasn't a bad movie. It just wasn't as good as everyone sort of boasted. So you know, I can kind of see, you know, why they did it. But the reason why they did it wasn't the greatest idea, and it should never be. That should never be at the forefront of any decision, to sort of, you know, say, hey, you know what, we need this representation because without it, this thing can't happen. We can't make it. So let me see. Hold on one second. Let's see here. Stand by 1 second, guys. Turn this back on. Okay, it was muted, so anything you said is ridiculous.
Right, now the show can
begin.
Yeah.
So anyway, now the show can begin. Shut up. So, so I mean, it doesn't necessarily need to have a. Yeah, that's right. It doesn't necessarily need to have a black director, Asian director. Like if you're directing the Adam movie with Ryan, I forget his name, Ryan Choi. You don't necessarily have to have an Asian director. Just have a good director writing a character that happens to you know, where the story happens to be in China. That's fine, whatever. So that's what I feel about that. Let me add that back to the stream. So here we go. Oh, here it is. Ryan Coogler. All right. So Barry, like a Barry Jenkins or a Ryan Coogler. The former list can include Creed 2's Stephen Cable Jr., J.D. Dillard, Regina King, and again, you know, they're just throwing them out there because of who they are, not what they are, not what they do, not what they bring to the table. So yeah, here it is. You know, Shaka King, who is a popular at Warner Brothers thanks to the Best Picture nominee or Oscar nominee, Judas and the Black Messiah, which I watched. It wasn't a horrible movie. It wasn't bad. But that doesn't necessarily mean that type of movie can translate to like, oh, well, you've made the Judas and the Black Messiah. Well, you're the best person or best candidate for a Superman film. Did you know that?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, you are. And I'm Warner Brothers because I'm an idiot. So, but anyway, so yeah, I mean, so potential directors have met with both studios for both films, even as one agent said the process phenomenally early. Meanwhile, Coogler may be a non-starter for either assignment, given that he will be occupied with Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, which I don't like the title. I think it's just really generic. And I think the reason why they're doing Wakanda Forever is to not give it a Black Panther 2, to make people expect somebody who's not going to be returning. So they just shouldn't have done a Black Panther movie this early. They're just trying. For me, I'm sorry, they should have just waited and just let it settle and then come back with something. But no, they're gonna capitalize and make money off of that. Coates isn't expected to deliver his Superman script until mid-December, so who cares?
Well, until we see something, because they spitball a lot. I don't really care.
Throw out so much crap
until something actually sticks. Then I'll.
Be okay. Hey, what about that Batgirl movie?
What about that Blue Beetle movie?
What about what
Nightwing movie?
Yeah, what about that Nightwing
movie?
Well, we just said Batgirl.
Well, you said Batwoman. Shut up.
No, I didn't say Batwoman.
I thought you said Batwoman.
No, Batwoman's on CW.
I don't like you.
So let me see. Coates isn't expected. Oh no, I already read that. So until mid-December. Likewise, Marvel isn't rushing with Blade, whose start date was pushed back from September to July. So the studio can spend time working on the Stacy O.C. Cooper pen script. Wow, who cares? I don't know. Who gives a shit? So anyway, while the next Superman will likely land with a name director,
J.J. Abrams.
No, it's going to be Steven Spielberg. He's going to direct. And instead of kryptonite, they're going to be holding walkie-talkies. So the star could be a relative unknown. Well, no, that can't work. That's not, because if that was the case, then they'd be cool with Wayne T. Carr being in the Snyder Cut film, because he was a no-name actor coming in and playing a role that's not even as iconic as Superman. Sorry. So as was the case
planned
with Brandon Routh, was suited up for Bryan Singer's 2006 Superman Returns, and Henry Cavill donned the cape for Zack Snyder's 2013, as well as BVS, as well as Zack Snyder's Justice League, as well as whatever else Henry might want to do. And what's funny is that yes, all this information here comes out on Henry Cavill's birthday.
What a bunch of assholes. If I woke up to that, I'd be like, wow.
Happy birthday. You don't have a job.
Yeah. So stupid.
I'm a dick. So so let's see, where were we? Don't care about the price or how much. Okay. By contrast, James Wan's Aquaman. So yeah, James Wan, who was I would assume Asian descent, made an Aquaman movie featuring the Asian Jason Momoa. Oh wait, no, that doesn't make any sense. Wait, no, damn it! They just fucked it up right there. They did. It's like, oh wait, it's kind of like the multiverse. It only works if we say it's good. So yeah, apples to apples, right? But establishing a new tone, with the launch of the next Superman franchise is key. Who gives it? Nobody's gonna care, man. Nobody's gonna care. As such, little will remain of the so-called Snyderverse vision, which enjoyed its last hurrah with Snyder's 4-hour Justice League long bowing on HBO Max in March, along with his handpicked stars remain Gal Gadot, Jason Momoa, and Ezra Miller. DC sees its upcoming Flash movie, which will begin a production in April in London, as its way to forward the post-Snyder world. So what they're saying is we're only going to have these 3 actors. And I'm sorry, Batfleck, he's in the damn Flash movie, but of course, rumor is he's going to die in the movie, so that makes a lot of sense. Anyway, I don't know, man. I mean, a lot of this stuff, even though it's a Hollywood Reporter, it's all speculation. Yeah. If this came out from Vanity Fair, then I'd be like, oh, okay, maybe there's some real validity to this.
To me, okay, it doesn't make sense to me, because why hold off everything behind the scenes?
Oh, by the way, just what? I had to.
You're so stupid. They're strategically placing things to release to show the public to keep Zack Snyder's Justice League relevant.
Yeah.
So if the war was really lost, they would have just released everything, in my opinion. In my opinion,
and they would have. They would.
I think we're still on the chessboard. It's just pieces are still being placed.
They're trying to not.
And a lot of people are accepting defeat, which is the wrong way to go.
Well, a lot of people are. Yes, I think that as long as these executives and whatnot are not accepting their defeat, then we should not accept our defeat, because we haven't been defeated. If it was, then like you said, they would have already just put everything out there on the table. It'd been like, look, this is what we're doing, and we don't care. They're putting things out there to see what's the climate. How are people responding and reacting? Because again, Warner Brothers as a studio is a very reactive studio. So if you go and you downvote, the Justice League in 4K trailer, they're going to look at that. And a lot of them are going to be running around the office with chickens with their head cut off, because they're idiots. They're idiots. I don't care what they're doing with Toby Emmerich. I don't care if he's going anywhere else. The main point is that these people are buffoons, and they should not be in charge. So AT&T needs to step up and say, "Hey, man, they need a little slap on the cheeks, whether it's on the face or on the ass, and get their shit in order." So anyway, I have issues with the directors. with directors being the same race for said film. No, please stop. Not every movie has to have a representation thing. And see, they think that the climate of the world is saying this needs to match. You need to have a green towel with the green socks. You can't do it if it's you can't mix match. What the hell was that? What was that? Something is dying.
Yeah.
Is that your phone?
No, in the other room.
Oh, in the other room. Okay. I was like, no, the stream's going down. Do you think that they're still heading the Bruce and no, the Bruce and Lois storyline is no longer. That was the case back in BVS
in the storyboard,
right? On the storyboards when they were coming, when Jeff Johns, Jim Lee, and Zach were all working together. I think even before they brought in Chris Terrio, that was sort of what they were working with, right? But that has since changed. That's no longer a thing. Now they're doing
Wonderbat.
They're doing Gal Gadot and Bruce Wayne, and that's why they're, that's why in Justice League, she came in with like the shawl or robe or scarf or whatever, and was like giving Bruce a massage and all that.
Yeah, I'll take.
And then in Zack Snyder's Justice League, when they both reached for the mouse, the computer mouse, and they sort of like had that little moment. And, they had that little moment. Stay away. They had that little moment. So that's sort of where they're going. And by the way, it's good to see you, Dr. Fate. I haven't seen you in a while. Let's see. Black Twitter is, if you're watching, please don't cancel Zeeverfett. Right? I can't be canceled. That's the thing, is that I'm toxic, therefore I can't be canceled.
It's gonna be a clip out of context.
Yeah. I hate when they put agenda before story and characters. Well, they put agenda before story and characters because they think that their target audience, that's what they care about. And so they're like, well, if you care about that, then, and if we show that we care about that, then you'll buy our product. And then they come up with an inferior product like Birds of Prey, and it's not palatable. Nobody cares about it. And Birds of Prey, this is what I was talking about. It's like, it's not in the conversation anymore. Nobody's talking about the movie anymore. Nobody cares.
Well, there's some people on Twitter talking about it, but
so anyway, nobody
I see
cares.
it every day on my feed. I don't like it.
Nobody cares. Now people are talking about they want Schmole or whatever her name is to have her own movie.
Oh, wait.
That's the thing. That's all they care about.
I don't know. I have to see again her different.
I've watched it more than I wanted to watch it, and I think I watched it one time.
I'd have to see a different take from her on just like Jared Leto's Joker. I'd have to see a different take. I'd have to see something.
So yeah, but yeah, and I mean, people are still talking about Man of Steel. People are still talking about BVS. People are still talking about, and will continue to talk about, Zack Snyder's Justice League. So there you go. Let's see. Lewis delivered. Let's see. Hold on. It jumped on me. Here we go. Okay. So Lewis says, specifically with Hollywood Asian films that are required as an Asian director, being Filipino, it's so dumb to see. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not familiar with the person who's directing Shang-Chi.
No. Shang.
What?
It's not Shang-Chi.
It's not Shang-Chi?
Is it?
It is.
No, it's not.
It's Shang-Chi.
I think it's Shang-Chi. I don't remember.
Yeah, we got it.
I'm thinking that's a Mortal Kombat. I'm thinking of Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat.
So anyway, but if that director is of Asian descent, then it's like, oh well, we have to match it up. It's one of those things. You can't have two different. One of these things just doesn't belong. I mean, it's whatever. Black Panther 2: Doom's Revenge. You know what? I can't wait for a Doctor Doom centric movie. That would be dope.
Oh yeah,
that would be the only thing I actually care about going forward. Bucky should have been White Wolf in Black Panther to help against Killmonger, but whatever. Right? He didn't do anything, and even in Falcon and Winter Soldier, he didn't do much. Let's see. On the cheeks. Let's see. They would have to do that, but 5-year attitudes towards Snyder. Yeah, I mean, they're sophomore. They're children. Yeah, please stay away from
whatever. You hit the mic, I'll hit the table.
No, don't hit anything of mine, or I'll hit you. So
That's
abuse. They won't see the abuse. I'll just go. Oh wait,
Yeah,
no,
nice.
yeah, there you go. Anyway, that's BS. Man, Bruce and Wayne and Lois Lane made sense. I mean, okay,
It makes sense. In what world, Fate?
Oh, that's all you have? Okay.
What?
Okay.
How does that make sense?
How does it not make sense?
What a terrible friend. What an asshole friend.
Well, they're still left alive. The other one's dead. So because he's dead, like, oh well, my friend is dead. I can't touch you. She's like, yes, you're right. He's been dead.
You already saw that that him and Wonder Woman were interested in BVS. Like he was interested in Wonder Woman and BVS.
He's
You
Bruce
saw
Wayne.
that-
He's just a flirt.
No,
That's his persona.
the persona was off.
Now if
He
it
was
was
after a
Batman
thief.
interested
He
in
was after a
in
thief
Wonder
that took
Woman,
his device.
that would have been different.
That wasn't Bruce
Boom,
Wayne that
done.
went in.
All right, I might be in minority, but I ship Superman and Superman. I mean, yeah, but I ship Superman and Wonder Woman. You might be on your own plane there. They tried that and it just didn't work.
In the
They did
animated
that in the
universe.
animated and also in the comics for the New 52. They tried that for a little bit and it just nobody really liked it. I mean, it's not a and even the Batman with Lois, that's also in the comics. That's something that they tried. I'm not saying that Henry can only be in love with Lois and no one else. Or Henry, I'm sorry, Cal can only be in love with Lois and no one else.
Henry's in love with Lois.
And also in the same vein, I mean, you got Batman who's in love with Selena Kyle and Talia al Ghul.
Lineup.
He's got
been
a
with
line
everyone.
of I mean, and Wonder Woman would just be another notch on his utility belt. So let's see. Lute says, has no one at Warner Brothers not heard the saying "Go woke,
Get
go
woke,
broke"?
go broke. How do you not see that?
No, I'm looking at "Go woke."
Yeah, where's go woke?
It says right there.
Where?
Go woke.
Oh, so
I have a little bit of dyslexia.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I try to power through that. So shut up.
I'm here. To
Time and time again, it's proven that Zach had a plan before, and who knows how many drafts Zach had with Jim Lee. Right. I mean, he could have had multiple.
a multiverse
of drafts, right? Going back to Lude, you know what? They don't care. So if it doesn't matter if you're Disney, Paramount, Warner Brothers, Universal, they all sort of like they're all part of that paradigm, that way of thinking. So that's all they can see because they can't see beyond that. They could say, you know what, I could make so much money if I did this, but because of my principles, I can't do that. That's why Warner Brothers is in this sort of quandary because they just won't allow themselves to do it. So getting back to the article, maybe skimming a little bit of it because I don't really care too much. So they gave Abrams $500,000 deal for with Warner Media back in September 2019. 2019. Here we are in 2021. What has he done for his money? Has it? And I'm sure he spent it. I'm sure he's like investing. He's probably investing in
he's
Disney,
shooting in his backyard.
he's
right now.
he's betting on the competitors. But yeah, no, I mean, it's this whole thing is just stupid. And I don't really even care to read the rest of the article.
It's all just smoke.
It is. It's just BS. Nobody cares about it. It's so dumb. All right. Well, let's see. Let me get on to these last comments, and then we'll jump over to Star Wars: The Bad Batch, which we watched that last night, and it was the first of how many episodes? 16. Okay, 16 episodes. So we've gotten through one. So we have 15,
and then this Friday.
Okay, well, I'll be busy. So anyway, time and time again. No, we've already read that. In the minority, Dr. Fred says Bruce was always a loner in a cave. Lois probably filled his needs emotionally like a mother he never had. I don't know. The whole thing made more sense, especially with the anti-life equation. Well, he's talking to you.
Okay.
Oh, I gotta read it.
Yeah.
I wasn't really paying attention.
like a mother. Yeah, I want to like no. That
Well,
just
I
sounds
mean,
so
that's
cringe
sort
to
of
me.
like that's sort of what the dynamic that Lois and Clark had. Lois was always like, get your act together, Smallville. Get going. Whatever. So I mean, but she really didn't do that. That wasn't Amy Adams. She didn't really like sort of do that with Cal. So. It wasn't the same sort of dynamic. So y'all going to play some COD. All right. What are your thoughts on buying DC from other companies? Are you? You're talking like other movie houses. They won't sell it. That can't be a part of the conversation because DC knows that this property or the DC properties, Warner Brothers knows that they yield money. So they're not going to give up the money to let somebody else succeed where they have failed. What?
Fate.
What's that? Oh, here it is. Would Lois slap Clark's ass before he flies out the window? Yes, he should, or she should. She should slap that ass.
Okay,
Slap that
all right. We don't need to go that deep.
Yeah.
There's a line you went past.
I curl her outside the line.
Yeah, you leaped.
I leap outside the line. I, for one, is against DC being bought out by other companies, even if I hate Warner Brothers. But again, it's that same thing where Warner Brothers doesn't want to see Universal make a killer Superman flick or an awesome Wonder Woman show, or even a great Justice League movie, and they're like, oh man, they made that awesome film, and we got this stuff. I mean, no, they're don't play in my sandbox. The only way that they can lose a property is if, sort of like Disney, they're bought out. So somebody like AT&T came and bought them out. So they need to clean house, man. AT&T needs to clean house. It's hard for a DC. Yes, it is. It's hard for a DC fan these days, man. We want to sit there and say, hey, man, we love all this stuff that's coming out, but we can't because the people that are in charge of it are making silly ass mistakes and not giving us anything to really kind of tote around and say, look, I'm proud to be a DC fan. Look at this awesome thing.
And they're dragging their asses.
That's the coolest thing that we got right here recently. And that's only because, and this isn't something they want. They don't want this. Like, yeah, get it out of here. Get it out of here. We don't want it. So
I don't know, man, because just with the extra scenes and the IMAX scenes, it's why put more into something you don't want? It doesn't make sense to me. And then also they're dragging their asses because these actors are getting old as shit.
They're getting
Look
older.
at Henry, man. Henry's looking old, man. He doesn't look as great as he did.
Well, that they're trying to sort of play the long game.
Gosh.
In that they're trying to say, we're just going to sit on these properties and just
dude's going to be Kingdom Come Superman by the time we see him again.
And that's probably what they would do. They come back like, well, we can't have the Snyderverse Superman, but we can certainly do the Kingdom Come Superman.
Come on, bro.
Yeah. Zach has moved on to other properties. We couldn't get him.
He's on Star Wars.
No,
he's not going to Star Wars. That's just what they're saying.
Yeah, I know. I saw that and I was like, that's ridiculous. Out of the man's mouth, he was like, Star Wars is unrecognizable to me, and it is. It's unrecognizable to me too. Let's see. Yeah, he will be 40 soon, man. He will.
Yeah.
Let's see, and have DC Entertainment do their own things. DC, they've had a long-standing relationship with Warner Brothers ever since, I don't know. I mean, hell, Superman movies back in the 70s and 80s, and then the Batman films and everything. I mean, they've had a long-standing relationship with Warner Brothers, and it's only come to a head now because of the things that happened with the Zack Snyder movies. So the best course of action is restructuring or establishing DC Entertainment. That would be the best to sort of make a separate division outside of Warner Brothers that is kind of like Marvel Studios. Have DC Studios. They tried it with DC Films, but just don't have Walter Hamada over that. Have someone else come in and say, hey, you know what? This is DC DC Studios, and this is what we're going to do. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. So rounding off that, I don't see anything else in here. Now we're gonna get into Star Wars: The Bad Batch. So what are your impressions? Because I know you care about this more than I do. So go right ahead.
I'm more.
Good. Just tell us what you think.
I like it so far.
Okay,
thank you. I really like the outfits. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Wrecker's helmet, but I mean, it suits him. I'm just not a huge fan of it. I love the outfits. I hate that they changed Crosshair's outfit when he went to the Imperial side because they, enhanced his programming. But other than that, I think it's a solid episode.
I think they did that because I mean, again, these are stories for children. So they made his outfit different so that you could see that he was not affiliated with the other guys. So he's no longer, a part of that group. He's his own thing. He's part of the. Let me see, where is it? We can go here. Yeah,
look at those helmets, so cool.
Yeah, so I mean, it's interesting. I like the different style helmets.
I've always been a fan of the single visor across. I've always loved that.
It's more. It's more Boba Fett. It's more regular clones.
Well, no, Boba Fett's just Phase 1 clones.
But his visor goes all the way across.
No shit, but I'm talking.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're like, oh, there's the way the visor goes.
Whatever,
across.
You're not.
And I was like, yeah, like Boba Fett. Like, wait a minute.
You're still going.
Oh, I just went cross-eyed.
You're still talking.
When's
it gonna end?
What, do you work for Warner Brothers?
No,
because you sound like an idiot.
Yeah, whatever, man. All right, that's it for the show.
Yeah, whatever. Let's see. The best course of action. Okay, we already read that.
Yeah, come on, man.
Sorry.
We've already read that.
Shush. I've got the clicker.
I don't remember who, but someone said the reason why Hamada won't restore the Snyderverse is because he wants to be Kevin Feige of the DC and make his own world.
Nah, that's not entirely true. It's not that he wants to be the Kevin Feige. He wants to be the Walter Hamada, but he's on a short plan where he needs to produce, and he's come up with two that he's been tied to that have produced. Some of the other ones haven't, but this, it was Joker and Aquaman. They both made, $1 billion each. So that's what they did. So I really liked the opening 5 to 8 minutes.
I liked it too. I like seeing Order 66 from a different perspective, and seeing how the clone or the
I saw that comment. I was like, oh, it's Order 66 again.
No crap. I mean, you
got again.
You got to see how it doesn't affect them.
I was like, you got to see it in the Mandalorian, or what was it? Was it in the Mandalorian? No, it wasn't. It was in Clone Wars. Where was the?
That's it.
No. It wasn't. It was in Clone Wars with.
That's it.
Yeah. I was just like
too much.
Yeah, too much.
It's so stupid. I like seeing it from different.
It's like Order 66, and then you got to.
It's so cool.
I guess you got to show another character like in the can, like Order 66. Everything happens.
Cool scene. I liked it.
I don't know. Whatever. Don't care. Let's see. So does the animation same?
It's better. Wars? I mean, it's the same, but it's like.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's going to progress because 3D animation always progresses. They're not going to stick with the same. Yeah, they're not going to stick with the same software. So who's your favorite clone?
Like in general, or from these?
Boba Fett. It's my favorite clone.
You're so stupid.
He's a clone. He's my favorite.
Well, clone in general, I like Commander Wolf.
No.
What?
Who's your favorite clone, Lewis?
Comment down below.
Yeah, comment down below. Yeah,
selling nicotine.
Oh my god! I lost my neck. Yeah, he's asleep. He has to work.
Okay, it'd be funny if he was just sitting there.
Yeah, it would be funny. It's like, what? No, don't make fun of me. How dare you? I'm gonna make a stream about this tomorrow. But yeah. I mean, in the chat, did you guys all watch the Bad Batch? What are your thoughts of it? I thought that their look was okay. I didn't quite, and it's just my first run in with Omega, but I didn't care about Omega. Like I could give a crap
seen her
if she dies. If she died, I'd be like...
It was like that for Ahsoka when we saw her in the very first movie of Star Wars.
No, I was attached to Ahsoka. I was attached to Ahsoka until I finally figured out that she can never die.
No one liked Ahsoka.
She can never die.
And then people liked Ahsoka, and that's why
I don't like Ahsoka anymore.
So
I'll watch the Ahsoka series, but damn it, can't they kill this woman? Like, what the hell, dude? I get
Hell
tired
no,
of that.
that's a hit
I get tired
female
of
that
that.
everyone loves. So
Yeah,
she
it's
stays
like, oh,
alive
yeah.
forever and ever and ever.
Is that my son? No, it's my brother.
Shut
younger-
the fudge up.
younger brother.
I am his son. I'm not his brother.
No,
Don't lie.
I'm your son.
Don't lie to the people.
No, I don't lie. So anyway, from Clone Wars, from the Clone Wars.
Yeah, we answered.
Yeah, Boba Fett was in the Clone Wars.
Well, younger Boba Fett.
I don't care what age he is.
Whatever. You didn't even watch the show.
It's boring.
You don't
It
even
bored
know what
me.
young Boba Fett was like.
Yeah, he was young.
Yeah,
He was Boba Fett. He was like a young Jango. So here we go. True says, did you guys check out the latest DC animated film, Justice Society? We did. Did we do? We did a review.
No, we didn't.
We
No, we
did.
didn't. Nope.
Ah, damn it.
We haven't had time.
Okay. Yeah, no, we haven't had time.
So the
Okay,
review's
yes.
right now.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So it was good. I liked it. There were some things that I could have done away with. Like, I didn't really like the Flashes sharing their power or some shit. That was dumb. I don't like the animation style. It's better than it was in Man of Steel. Or not Man of Steel. I'm sorry, Man of Tomorrow. But it's only because same thing like Clone Wars, it's progressed.
I didn't like Wonder Woman's accent.
Yeah. Was she Russian?
She sounded
Like,
very
she didn't
Russian.
sound
She
like
sound-
Gal. You know,
yeah,
Gal
no.
sort of has that Mediterranean accent. She was like, "This is not great. We will. This sucks. Down with Walter Hamada. You will be killing him now." It was weird. But yeah, I didn't like what was his name? Steve Trevor.
Steve Trevor.
Yeah. You son of a bitch. I didn't like it. I was like, I don't like this guy. Superman with the mustache, and then he shaved it because he got a costume. That was dumb. Yeah.
No, if he kept it, he would have been Omni-Man.
Yeah, no, he wouldn't. But yeah, I know. So I liked it overall because it was an interesting story.
I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the greatest.
No.
thing in the
It
freaking
has
world.
not beaten anything that Jay Oliva was a part of.
Yeah.
That stuff is gold.
I'm
compared
interested
to-
in the Long Halloween, but I don't know,
Yeah.
man. I hope it's not like it doesn't divert from the comics. Like they want to like surprise everyone with some big.
Hey, the Riddler is
Yeah,
the villain
Hush.
somehow.
Yeah. The Riddler's Hush.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
ruin
yeah.
the
Oh,
movie.
let's hope it doesn't go that way. Okay, so Captain Rex or Wolf. There you go. Pyramid says, "What's up, Truth?" He says, "Not gonna lie, I can see you guys as brothers." Yeah, see.
Yeah, he needs glasses, so we'll
What?
prescribe you. we'll set up a date for you.
So, he says hello. So yeah,
Back
so
to the Bad Batch.
Back to the Bad
We barely
Batch.
talked about it.
Okay, well, so tell me what didn't you like about the Bad Batch?
I mean, there's nothing I didn't.
Okay, well, so a couple things that I didn't like about.
What?
the
Did,
Bad
wait.
Batch.
Okay, there is something I didn't like about the Bad Batch. I saw a comparison video. Why
Oh,
was the Padawan's voice so damn deep?
Yeah, well, I told you that when we were watching it. I told you that when we were watching it right away.
Yeah, I was thinking this. Why would I reveal what I didn't like to you if I want to see your reaction?
Yeah,
that's so dumb. That's so dumb.
I watched a YouTuber, and that's how I got my opinion. You heard me.
No, a YouTuber tweaked the voice and made it sound like a kid, and I was
Well,
like, "That's
good.
so much better." How come,
It probably was because it was like,
did they forget to do that in post? Like, what the hell happened?
He's like, "Oh, the clone's still, they
Yeah,
killed
man.
my master. Here, hold my beer." Like what?
Yeah,
It was stupid.
Yeah,
It was so dumb.
that's
I didn't
the only
like
thing
that
that irritated
really irritated me.
Yeah.
I didn't care for Tarkin all that much. I liked it, but I didn't.
It makes me like I like that we're finding out like okay, it's cost efficiency for
Yeah,
clones, and
right.
stuff. But still, it's like man, you guys settled for less. Like you guys like it's just terrible.
Yeah.
But I can see why they're like there's too many chances of there's a flaw with this design if we go this way because then everyone knows about the inhibitor chip.
Yeah.
And then I guess their clone army would be useless.
Yeah. So with the other people, they don't really have to worry about inhibitor chips. They just hire on people that already don't like these people. Let me see. Is that toys?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, there you go. Well, they're making toys for kids now, so that's good.
You know, you're not showing any of this stuff, right?
I am.
Oh, you are.
I am.
I thought we were full screen. Back to you.
So bad. Oh man, this is why you're not in the driver's seat. Let me see here. So,
I mean, yeah, like
lunch. Yum. I just had dinner.
I'm curious about why the Kaminoans,
Camino, the residents of
Kaminoans. I'm curious why she helped them. It's weird. It's interesting.
Why? Who helped?
She helped them escape. She stopped the door from closing so that way they can escape in the ship when Crosshair was going after them.
Oh, probably because she cares about Omega.
Still interesting. I mean, like, it's just it's.
I mean,
she's gonna get caught.
That was
so something's going to happen. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it was.
No.
Yeah.
Well, she's gonna get.
Welcome to yesterday, when I figured this shit out.
Whatever, man.
But yeah, I mean, it was an hour-long episode.
I hope it's an hour long for the other episodes.
16 episodes of
that
an hour.
16
awesome. Hours of this?
Hell yes.
I don't know.
Expand the universe. They're supposed to be continuing the Clone Wars again because Matt Latner is coming back to play Anakin. So something is happening like in the background.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe that's how they're gonna, get Star Wars fans to care about Star Wars again.
Oh yeah, I only like that era. I mean, the original trilogy era is cool,
like
but they
era,
killed it with Rebels. I hated Rebels. I'm sorry if anyone enjoyed it.
Oh man, see you next time. Thanks for coming by. I appreciate it so much. It's awesome that you guys are here, guys. For all those watching, man, please put comments in the chat. We'd love to hear from you guys. We like interacting with you, and also hit the like button. And because it really helps out with sort of letting everybody know that we are live, because this is not a time that we normally are live.
Yeah, we're not alive during this time.
We're not. We're actually we're asleep. I'm asleep.
We're dead to the world.
We're dead to the world. Dead to the world. Anyway, so I'm not a fan of Disney Star Wars, but I might check out the Bad Batch since it was originally Lucas's idea.
Oh yeah, Dave Filoni follows Lucas's ideas, in my opinion, and I don't know about you. I mean, your complaint is nostalgia.
Yeah, well, Dave Filoni relies too heavily on nostalgia. When in doubt, go to nostalgia. Don't. I don't know. I don't respect that sort of approach. So I do like these characters here. I think they're interesting.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all they got with me. This guy here with the Rambo sort of look, and this other guy back here looks like Lobot. This dude over here looks like what's that guy from?
I remember you compared them to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's what it reminded me of. It reminded me of the TMNT, with sort of how they moved and all that, and they had their own personalities. Like the big guy's Raph, And,
no. Crosshair would be Raph. Freaking the Wrecker would be Michelangelo. Tech guy's Donatello.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah, and then Leonardo's Hunter.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could see that. I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
And then the girl is going to be that I don't know if you remember Power Rangers and TMNT teaming up, and then there's that female turtle with the white. I feel like that would be Omega.
No.
Well,
I don't recall.
Gosh, man.
So moving on. Yeah.
But yeah, the hour-long episode, I loved it. I appreciated it. It was really awesome.
Like I said, it was
great
interesting. It was really cool. Is this what? Oh no, I'm clicking on the wrong damn.
I don't want to spoil too much.
That's
if you guys
cool. That reminds me of the old animated style.
The Phase 1 Dark Troopers were cool.
That was interesting. I was like, wow, they introduced Dark Troopers pretty early. I was like, wow,
that's the Phase 1.
Crazy.
You got to see, you can't go to Mandalorian with those kinds without the prototypes before, right?
Yeah, but Mandalorian took place that's post Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, that's like Phase 3, Phase 4.
I don't know. I mean, it could be, but I don't really care so much about Star Wars nowadays. Just don't care. I'm watching it.
The Clone Wars is the last good thing I have with Star Wars right now.
Yeah. I mean, after that, I don't know.
I love the eeriness with after Order 66, like when they were in Camino and they were carrying a body and the lightsaber dropped and Hunter
bastards. Yeah, you know what? I love the with the Inglorious Bastards. That's a good movie.
And it's kind of weird to me that the clones or the Bad Batch 9 or whatever that they're getting like they're looked down upon, they're made fun of. But in a Clone Wars episode previously before, there was like an Igor looking clone. I forgot his name. He was deformed. He couldn't fight, but he provided weapons. He did what he could, but no one made fun of him. People respected him. I just don't get how this clone force, if they're enhanced and better than ARC troopers,
they're enhanced,
how are they not
better? Yeah,
how are they not looked up? Like
like wow, you guys are different. You guys can actually think for yourselves. You know,
even in the show, they were like they could take out an army.
Yeah.
Like that just
and not only that, but like their outfits are custom. Like
oh yeah,
damn, and you guys look like a sort of a cross between clone troopers and bounty hunters.
Yeah,
Well,
they don't take orders because they're different. They don't follow standard protocol,
standard operating procedure,
standard tactics.
So
can you imagine if they had a whole army with those guys? Because Tarkin was
then it would be Dunzo for the rebels.
Yeah,
because you'd have
many enhanced clones.
You'd have enhanced clones that can actually hit their targets.
Yeah, with 5 guys taking on an army.
Oh yeah,
you wouldn't even need that many people.
Yeah,
I don't get why we don't bring the clones back. It's like if you're a galactic empire, don't you have all the money in the world? If you were versus a republic that's at war.
Well, I mean, not only that, but can't you mandate that these people make your clones and not pay them?
Yeah.
You don't have to give them money. You just say, hey, you're going to make my clones or suffer the consequences. Yeah. You're going to die.
But I mean, but the original trilogy is, set in stone. It just looks funny whenever you're talking about it. It's weird.
But yeah, I mean, overall, I do like the Bad Batch. It did keep my interest for the duration of the show. So those are my recommendations. And right now is the Bad Batch, Justice Society, and Invincible. Those are 3 solid shows that you can watch and have a pretty good time with. I don't recommend Falcon and Winter Soldier unless like you're really into Marvel. And what do you say?
I didn't finish the Falcon
and
Winter
Soldier.
So
with that, you didn't finish?
I don't really care.
I forced myself to finish.
And it's funny seeing people on Twitter like, oh my God, it got so dark. Like whenever freaking, what's his face? Agent freaking killed, like, or not killed, but he was beating down a guy with a shield. And
they've never,
on the shield.
Well, they don't watch The Boys.
They don't watch shit.
Right.
They don't watch
Zack Snyder's
Justice League. They don't watch Invincible.
Yeah, those people are sheltered.
And they're like, oh my God, this is so dark. To me, it's like a light gray. Like if that's dark for you, bro, like check out Invincible.
I know, right? I'd love to see U.S. Agent against Homelander. Or
that's not even a fight.
That's not a fight.
That's not a fight.
It's not a fight. And okay, one gripe that I had with Falcon and Winter Soldier was that once Falcon got the shield, I thought, he's just a dude. So he doesn't have enhanced powers or strength. And so he's throwing the shield and catching it. And that was one thing in like Falcon and the Winter Soldier, or not Falcon, I'm sorry, Captain America, the Winter Soldier, was when Cap threw the shield and caught it. Yeah, thanks for hitting my mic. And he caught it. It was like, oh, he caught it because he's super strong.
Yeah.
But now the Sam is catching it and he's not super strong. He's just a regular dude. I'm like, what? He can catch it? That's interesting to me because it's not.
You'll have to find out.
No, it's not. He's not enhanced. He did not take any. He didn't take the enhancement. No,
Marvel's
he didn't take
writing
the enhancement
this down in the notes.
And so yeah, it was really dumb. And so that's one thing I really don't like about it. I don't mind him taking up the mantle of Captain America. Fine, cool. Who gives a shit? But why does he have to have the shield? That doesn't make any sense. And if he does have the shield, then he needs the super soldier serum so that he can be strong enough to be able to catch it. And
it's adamantium, right?
It's the
strongest metal in the world.
No. Right? Yeah, but that's vibranium.
Vibranium. There we go.
Adamantium is Wolverine.
Yeah.
So, yeah, find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. It's like that's the whole episode. Yeah, we're not even going to get into Mortal Kombat because I haven't seen Mortal Kombat. This guy has. But yeah, so not really going to. Maybe I'll check that out.
Fight scenes were amazing.
Yeah, because and that's cool. But for now. That's our thoughts on these properties that we recently watched. And so I'd like to take out some time I'd like to tell everybody in the chat, thank you so much for stopping by. Don't forget, please leave a comment in the chat, and I'll put you in the running for this.
Please leave
Where'd
a
it
comment
go?
in the comments.
Yes, please leave your comments in the comment section so that I can find it. Thank you for everybody. If you leave a comment after the broadcast or on any other broadcast that we've had, you watch any of our other content, you want to leave us a message to respond to, then I will put you in the running for a shirt. If this is the kind of thing that you'd like, thank you and so much for wearing my stuff with pride. And thank you to all my Patreon subscribers. It helps us very much. Please check out my Teespring as well as my TeePublic store. I have a lot of really cool designs. A lot of them like this one. Fuck you, Warner Brothers. We're taken away. We're taken away by Warner Brothers. But
new shirts coming soon.
New shirts coming soon. But yeah, so thank you so much. Also, we do still have this available. It is the I Still Stand with Ray Fisher t-shirt.
No, we're changing the hashtag.
No, we're not changing the hashtag.
I still stand.
I still stand with Ray Fisher. But yeah, I mean, you know, he's still fighting the good fight,
yes.
You know, and he's doing a good job at it. And with that, guys, I gotta tell you, I gotta appreciate you guys for all coming out and leaving a like, subscribing to the channel. And
stay nerdy.
Stay nerdy. Damn it.